بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. مشاهدي الكرام، طلبة وطالبات دبلوم التعليم العام، أسعد الله أوقاتكم بكل خير. أهلا بكم معنا حلقة جديدة من حلقات برنامج درس على الهواء، حلقة نخصصها لمادة اللغة الإنجليزية. هذه المادة التي سيكون الامتحان عليها يوم الغد بإذن الله. خلاص يعني في الأيام الأخيرة لامتحانات نهاية الفصل الدراسي الأول من هذا العام 2015-2016 للميلاد. في طلبة يعني أعلنوها اليوم صراحة أنه يقولوا خلاص احنا خلصنا امتحانات، خاصة اللي هم ما عندهم الفيزياء، باعتبار أنه الإنجليزي أيضا مادة يمكن مذاكرتها، ممكن استيعابها كمادة لغة. اللي عندهم مهارات اللغة الإنجليزية أيضا هي مادة لغة. جميل أن نتعامل بهذه الإيجابية مع الامتحانات. اليوم امتحان هذا وطني، كان امتحان جدا رائع وجميل، أضاف أيضا نوع من الرضا لدى الطلبة والطالبات، أيضا أضاف لهم نوع من الحماس لتكملة ما تبقى من هذه الامتحانات. حلقتنا رح نبدأها بعد قليل إن شاء الله، كونوا معنا. أهلا بكم مشاهدي الكرام، نتواصل معكم وحلقة اللغة الإنجليزية، برنامج درس على الهواء. واسمحوا لي باسمكم أن نرحب بضيفة هذه الحلقة الأستاذة فاطمة بنت عبد الله البريكية، معلمة لغة إنجليزية. أستاذة فاطمة أهلا بك معنا.
أهلا وسهلا.
يا مرحبا وسهلا. وأيضا نشكر من بعث لنا هذا الورد، هذه الباقة أيضا الجميلة اللي أكيد راح تضيف بعد جميل اليوم في حلقتنا. وإن شاء الله أيضا هكذا النشاط والهمة والإيجابية تكون برائحة الورد الزكية وبهذه الألوان الجميلة التي تبعث الرضا في النفس. خبرين راح أخبركم إياهم هكذا من الأخبار الجميلة. الخبر الأول بأنه تم الانتهاء من تصحيح مواد اللغة العربية والتربية الإسلامية والتاريخ. هذه المواد تم الانتهاء من تصحيحهم تماما. أيضا اللجنة المركزية للامتحانات، المديرية العامة للتقويم التربوي، يعني أعلنوا بأنه الانتهاء من عمليات التصحيح بشكل تام راح يكون بتاريخ 28 يناير، يعني الانتهاء من التصحيح، لأنه في مراحل أخرى وفي عمليات أخرى راح تكون بعد التصحيح إن شاء الله. هكذا على تاريخ 28 يناير لما ينتهوا من عمليات التصحيح أيضا يكون هناك مؤشر جميل للنتائج، مبشر بالخير إن شاء الله. في اللغة الإنجليزية كنا دائما نقول English A English B. هالسنة ما في، هالسنة فقط اللغة الإنجليزية بدون أن تحمل أي رمز. هي مادة واحدة مقررة للجميع، مادة مقررة للجميع. هذه المادة كانت معكم من 11 وأيضا رافقتكم حتى 12 دبلوم التعليم العام. أستاذة فاطمة، يعني وأنت أيضا كنت ضيفة معنا في أكثر من دورة من دورات البرنامج، ولما أيضا كنا نتحدث عن English A English B للطلبة اللي هم التعليم الأساسي والطلبة التعليم العام. اليوم مادة واحدة فقط اللي هي اللغة الإنجليزية.
أيوة، هي فقط مادة واحدة يعني منهج واحد موحد بالنسبة للغة الإنجليزية، والحين صار اسمها يعني بدل A و B يسمونها English Language Core، the core itself. يعني هي المادة الوحيدة الموحدة للجميع، لأن مثل ما احنا عارفين إن English B خلاص اختفت. العام الماضي كان آخر دفعة من 12 تدرس مادة الإنجليش B. نعم. الحين عندنا منهج اللي هو منهج ما بعد الأساسي. جميل. طبعا الطلاب عارفين الكتب اللي معهم، الورك بوك والكورس بوك، engage with English. لو شفنا على المنهج طبعا تم تطويره وتحديثه في هذه السنة، كما أيضا تم تغيير في مواصفات الاختبار النهائي بالنسبة للصف الثاني عشر على خلاف الأعوام السابقة، وخاصة في جزئية الريدنج. نعم. صار فيها تغيير.
جميل. إذن راح نبدأ باستعراض الورقة الامتحانية. راح نشوف امتحان اللغة الإنجليزية باكر كيف راح يتوزع، كيف راح يكون مختلف المهارات اللي أيضا تخدمها هذه المادة أو اللي تركز عليها هذه المادة. بالتأكيد عليها أسئلة سواء في الرايتنج، ريدنج، ليسننج. كيف أيضا راح تتوزع الدرجات عليها. أستاذة فاطمة الآن راح تستعرض الورقة الامتحانية، بعد ذلك راح نرجع وناخذ اتصالاتكم إن شاء الله سواء على الورقة الامتحانية أو أيضا أسئلة المنهج. تفضل أستاذة فاطمة.
Okay, grade 12 students, welcome to this episode today. I hope that all of you are doing very well. As you can see, this is the beginning of the exam paper, where can you see the first page. Then we are going to move to the first question, which is the listening. In the listening question, as you know, that you have 15 items. The first one, you are going to hear a conversation between a woman and her boss. They both work for the Ministry of Agriculture. Listen and shade in the bubble next to the correct option. So as you can see here, you have got like statements, and while you are listening to the conversation, for example, between here we have a boss and a woman, a mother and, for example, a daughter, or a father and a son, whatever conversation you have. The most important thing is that you have to go through the questions before the teacher come with the tape recorder. You have to read them carefully, and you have to find out what does each question want from you. For example, if we just look at the first one, the woman has been in Malaysia for. We have here 3 days, a week, 2 weeks. Now, while you are listening to the tape, if you have read this question before and the other questions as well, you are going to be able to find out which answer to choose. The first time, only listen, because as we have seen in grade 11 examination, the question were not in the correct order. So reading, listening for the first time gives you a chance to get most of the answers correct, to be in the atmosphere of the listening script itself, and to understand. Now, if we just look here, we have here 3 days, a week, 2 weeks. Let's imagine that in the conversation, while you are listening, you hear the word, instead of a week, they said 7 days. So the word 7 days here means a week. So you have to be careful with this, because some questions might be tricky in the listening. Now let's see, this is, you have only to choose here one answer, not more than one answer. Just shade in the bubble as you have none from the previous examinations. Now let's move to listening number 2. Listening number 2 has 8 marks. If we're just listening to number 2, it has 2 parts, part number 1 and part number 2. If we look at part number 1, we have got WH question. WH question means that you should understand the WH word itself, because understanding the meaning of the word is going to help you to get the answer correctly. Let's see here. When was the first ever heart transplant operation carried out? If we just here look at the WH word, it's when. So if it is when, it means that you are going to write something related to the time, like for example a year, a date, a part of the day, whatever you have that indicates time you are going to write. And if we just move to number 9, in what country was this done? What country? So sometimes you have what country, other times they give you the word where, and again where here asks you to write about a place. Let's see the other question. If we just look at the instruction of the question of listening number 2, says not more than 4 words. So while you are listening, make sure that you write not more than 4 words. If we just go to part number 2, in part number 2 again we have here multiple choice question where you have to only choose one answer. So as I advise you for the listening, try to for the first time only listen. Don't write anything, because we want you to understand the listening script. Listening and read through the question, or look at the question and listen at the same time, because you have read the question earlier, as I told you, before the teacher comes. If we just look at the listening question, it has 15 marks of the final examination total mark. Now let's move to vocabulary. We have 2 vocabulary questions. Each one of them have 2.5 marks. If we just look at the first one, it's vocabulary number 1. For each item, shade in the bubble next to the correct option. So you are going to read the text, and you have to look at the word, the sentence or the phrase or the words that come before the dash and after the dash. It's very important that you link between the 2 statements or between the sentences that you have in the text, so that you can get the answer correctly. And again, you are going to choose for each question the correct answer that match it. And be careful and focus while you are shading in the bubble. Make sure that you are looking here for number 1 and here again for number 1 where you have the 4 options. Make sure that you only choose one option from the 4 options. If we just look at vocabulary number 2, it has 2.5 marks. Vocabulary number 2, for each item, read the definition and the example, then complete the word in the space provided. You are given the first letters of the word. Make sure your spelling is correct. So, spelling here is a must. You must spell the word correctly. And the exam writer has given you something like a clue to get the word, in which they determine for you the number of dashes. If you look at each word, for example, number 6, adjective, it means not clean. Then they give you the example. For example, your hands are, then they give you the first letter, D-I, and they give you like 3 dashes. It means you can guess the word here correctly. So, you have to write the exact word which is needed here, and also the exact part of speech. If it says adjective, so you have to write the adjective, not the noun or the verb of the word itself, because here they are giving you the like dashes for the word, so they are helping you to get the word correctly. Now let's move to grammar. We have 2 grammar questions, grammar number 1, grammar number 2. If we just look at grammar number 1, we have 2.5 marks. You have, as we know, for each item shade in the bubble, you are going to have 2 speakers talking about something. You are going to focus on the grammatical items here. You have to recall the grammatical rules you have learned before, like the basic rules and also the rules which are mentioned in especially English, for example, for grade 12. Now, if we just look here, we have got here, oh, I have just remembered Khalid phoned. Then we have here the dash. You were out. So it's very important that you read the full or the whole sentence or the whole question that you have here, so that you can guess which answer is needed. When you go to the options that you have here, read them all. Don't just choose from the beginning the first one that you find out. No, read them all. Take your time to choose the correct answer. Now let's move to grammar number 2. Grammar number 2 has 2.5 marks, As you know, this type of grammar, complete each sentence with one word only. Nothing is provided for you, only the sentence itself or the phrase or the question where you have the dash. You have to read it carefully and you have to find out which word you can put here in this dash. As I told you, this here depends on previous grammar rules you have studied before and also depends on rules that you studied, for example, in grade 12. Now let's move to reading number 1. Now, if we just look to the reading, it is the first time that we have, in the past, we have it for English, be that like they have it, I mean 3 reading questions. Now, it's the first time I think that these type of questions are coming back again this year. So focus please while I'm explaining for you the reading. Now, if we just look to the reading, we have 3 reading questions. Reading 1, it has from items from 1. If we just look at them, from 1 to 7 items. If we look at them, we have here, they have 7 marks. What are they? They are actually short text. You have to read the text, and under the text there is a statement. You have to read the statement and see, is the statements based on this text mentioned earlier or previously true or false? If you feel that the information that comes in the statement is similar to the information that comes in the text, so the information, both of them are similar, it means that this statement should be true, and true means correct. If we just move to the second one, you read the statement, you find out that this statement has information, but this information has been changed. It is not the same as we have it in the text. Something has been changed here, or the statement does not match with the information provided in the text. It means that this statement is false, and false means wrong. Okay, so please grade 12 students, focus with me. I guess that your teachers have given you like sufficient practice on this, but it's very important that you practice it today a lot, which is true and false questions. So we have got here like 7 texts, and under them you have like statement where you have to write true or false. Now let's move to reading number 2. Reading number 2, we have got 2 texts, text 1 and text 2. Text 1, we have like a part of a letter or an email or a letter. Then under the email or the letter, you have like 3 questions which are multiple choice. You have to choose the correct answer based on the reading text that you have here. So what are you going to do? Read the statement, go to the text to find out if it is which option from the 3 options are correct. Don't waste the time reading the text without reading the question. No, you have to read first of all the statement, then go to the text. Now, if we just look here, we have got here like Jane sent to Amal because she is doing a project, research, questionnaire. If you just look here in the text or in the email, dear Amal, hi, I hope you are doing very well at your school. I'm writing to ask for your help. Actually, my teacher asked us to write a research. So the answer which is needed here is a research, not a project, not a questionnaire. Now let's move to text number 2. You are going to have a reply for the previously mentioned email or text, and under it again we have 3 multiple choice question where you have to read the statement or the question and choose the correct answer. Then let's move to reading number 3. So we have finished reading number 1, which is true and false. Reading number 2, 2 emails, multiple choice. Now reading 3 is a long text, a long reading text, as you can see here. And this, under this long reading text, we have questions. We have two types of question. The first one, task number 1, WH word question. And if you just look at the instructions, says for each item write a short answer, not more than 4 words. So don't write more than 4 words. Don't copy the whole paragraph for the teacher. No, just write the exact answer or the specific answer needed for the question itself. Again here, focus on WH question. If you have, for example, the word what, it means they are asking about something or animal or non-living item. If you have, for example, how many, it means they are asking about number. If you find how much, For example, how much time, how much water, how much money. So here you have to focus on the question. If you have where, so it means they are asking about place. If you have when, they are asking about time. If you have why, they are asking about reason. So focus while you are answering this type of question carefully. Task number 2, it is multiple choice question where you have to choose the correct answer needed for the question itself. And as I advised you earlier, just choose one answer, not more than. Don't be in a hurry. Focus, read the question, go to the text to find out which answer is needed here. Now let's move to the writing. We have got here 2 writing questions. The first writing is opinion writing or evaluative writing as we know it. Write at least 100 words on the following topic. For example, studying abroad is better than studying at home. Do you agree or disagree? Give your reasons. And you know that you have to here to write introduction, and in the introduction specify your point of view. Do you agree or disagree? So you have to write it clearly. For example, I agree that studying abroad is better than studying at home because, then mention the reasons. Or I disagree that studying abroad is better than studying at home because, and you have to mention the reasons. You know that in the body you are going to explain each reason from the reasons mentioned above. How many reasons can you write? As you it's up to you, but I advise you to write reason from 2 to 3 reasons, because if you write 2 and you explain them very well, 2 reasons, it's enough. If you want to exceed to 3, it's enough, but please don't write less than 2, and try to avoid writing more than 4 because of the time limit of the examination, as you know. Now let's move to the last question, which is the writing 2. Writing 2, you know that you are going to write a story. Write a story of at least 100 words based on the following pictures. So you have got a box with words, and then you have pictures. You are going to write a story based on the pictures and the box of words that you have. If you ask me, should I or must I use all the words in the box? No, it's up to you. These only clues to help you to write the story. If you have, like for example, other words that can describe the story very well and you can narrate the story very well, it's excellent. You can do it, and you cannot, and you shouldn't use the words. So this here, just there are some clues for you to help you writing about the pictures or the set of pictures. Remember, write the story in a form of a paragraph, not in a form of separate points or sentences. That's for the examination for grade 12.
Are there any differences between this exam for this year and the past exams for the last years when it is A and B?
Yes, there is a difference between them in the reading only. Yes, because we know that this book was for English A, and they only used to have 2 reading questions for the final examination. Now they have 3 reading questions, and again they have another new question which is true and false. In the past, when we were students, we used to have true and false in the examination, but they stopped this type of question, and again it's back this year.
And in the writing, is it the same?
The writing is the same. They have opinion and they have story.
Yeah. So when the students are studying the English, I would advise them also to practice the last year exams.
They can practice the last year exam for grammar. They can also practice it for listening, because they have the script there in Zawiyati, the audio script. Also, they can practice it for writing, because the writing is the same. They can practice the reading itself, because finally reading is a skill. So if you practice the skill of finding the word from the text, you will be able to. Because if we just look at reading 2 and reading 3, they are the same, multiple choice question and WH question. The only difference is in reading 1, where they have to write true or false.
Okay, and what about the practice exam for this session? They have any practice exam? They do the practice exam?
The ministry has not provided us with mock exam. This I did myself.
Okay.
Just for
so where is it available? Is it available in the MOE forum or
I would like to upload it today or download it today for them if they would like to have a look at it.
I think a lot of them yeah they are looking for that.
Yes.
راح ناخذ اتصالاتكم. طبعا الحوار مع استاذة فاطمة راح يكون باللغة الإنجليزية. ما عليه أنا بعديها الحوار معي باللغة العربية. ناخذ اتصال. حميد المعمري موجود؟
السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام حميد، كيف الحال؟
حمد المعمري. عفوا.
من؟
حمد المعمري.
حمد والنعم حمد.
والنعم فيك.
شو اخبارك؟
بارك الله خير الحمد لله. اخبارك انت؟
تمام. اليوم انتم مبسوطين من هذا وطني صح؟
الحمد لله، مره معنويه عاليه بعد الاختبار، وان شاء الله
لله.
باكر نثبتها في الامتحان الانجليزي.
لا 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 ما تفكر، ان شاء الله كذا امتحان الانجليزي يصير نفسه باذن الله. تمام حمد؟
لو ان ما نستمشي بنحاول.
يلا ان شاء الله. الان بتكون
يلا.
مع استاذه فاطمه، ومثل ما اتفقنا انه الحوار مع استاذه فاطمه يكون باللغه الانجليزيه. تمام؟
انا ما اعرف انجليزي وايد تراني.
لا ما عليه، اللي تقدر له قوله يعني. طيب
اول شيء اشكركم على البرنامج الرائع صراحه، افدتوني يعني.
العفو.
الامتحانات.
العفو،
وإن شاء
هذا
الله.
واجبنا. تفضل حمد.
بس انا باغي شرح اللي صفحه 21.
لا هذا احنا اتفقنا انه الحوار مع استاذه فاطمه باللغه الانجليزيه، وصلها اياه بطريقتك. طيب هي ما سمعت بالعربي على فكره. يلا
زين. بس بيرفكت.
Hi Hamad, how are you?
هاي تيتشر.
Okay Hamad, I would like to ask you a question. Can I?
Yes.
It's very easy. If I give you like, if you can look at the screen, how, then you have dash.
Yes.
I don't know if they get it. It's this one,
which one?
This one.
Okay.
like this one. I can read it for you. How dash brothers have you got? What can you put in the dash? How what?
Put it up, little up, please. Move it up, yeah.
Number
Okay.
6. Number 6, Hamad. How dash brothers have you got? How dash brothers have you got? If I want to ask number, about number, what word should I do? I put sorry. How what?
We had.
No. Try again. How?
How.
Okay. How many, Hamad? How many?
Yes.
Yes. How many? Because we use how many to ask about numbers, about quantity of something. Okay. How many brothers have you got? Now, Hamad, your question is in page 21, right? Past perfect.
But perfect.
Okay. I want you to listen carefully. You can just switch off the phone and look at the screen and try to focus while I'm explaining for you.
حمد
نعم.
تابعنا من خلال الشاشة. تمام؟
بس مشكوري ما قصرت.
أحسنت يا حمد، وإن شاء الله كذا تكون بالإنجليزي باكر. طيب؟
إن شاء الله.
إن شاء الله. شكرا لك يا حمد.
Okay, if we just look here, Hamad is asking about the rule in page 21, and the rule here is about past perfect. What does past perfect mean? If we just look at the timeline here, we can just define the word past perfect. If we just put here, this is the past here, time, and this is the present or now, and here we have, this is the future. Past perfect means we are talking about this area, okay? We are talking about this area in the past, but here we have to be careful that we have got two actions, and both of them, they are happening in the past, ya Hamad. Both of the actions are happening in the past, but one of them is happening before the other one. So if we just say that these two actions are happening in the past, here we have action 1 and we have action 2. The action that happens first, we put it in the past perfect, and the other action becomes in past simple. Now, you are going to understand it better with the example that we have it here. Let's just look here at the example. If I say, for example, the teacher asked me where I had been. Okay, if we just look here, we have got here two actions, both of them in the past, but one of them is past simple, the other one is past perfect. So the action that happened first is the action that happened first is that here, this one. Then the teacher asked me. Okay, Hamad, if we just look here, what is the structure of past perfect? Past perfect comes in the following structure. We have got subject, we have got had, and we have got the past participle of the verb, and finally we have the object or the complement of the sentence. Whatever the subject is, if I have, for example, I, if I have they, if I have we, you, she, he, it, I have the same had, plus the past participle plus the complement of the sentence. So you have to be careful here. Sometimes we have got like some words that come to the sentence and help me to know that here we are having past perfect, not, for example, present perfect. Like, for example, if I have the word if only, I can have here, for example, if only I had studied harder. So we have this phrase. If it comes in a sentence, it means that we have to use past perfect, in which we have the word had, and also we have the past participle. Another word is the word wish. For example, we can say, I wish I had met you before. So here, if I have this like I wish I, he wishes he, for example, they wish they, anything, any subject that we have, but we have this word which is wish or if only, it means that we have to put it in the past perfect. Okay, I had known you before, or I had met you before. One of the verbs could be here correct. So again, Ya Hamad, past perfect means we have two actions in the past. One of them happens before the other one. The one that happens or that comes before has to be in the past perfect. What does past perfect mean? It means that we have the subject, we have had, and we have the past participle plus the complement. What words that can come to the sentence, and also I can guess from them that they have to be in past perfect. If I have, for example, the word if only, or if I have, for example, the word wish. I wish I, it has to be like this. I wish I, they wish they, we wish we, you wish we, you, he wish he, she wishes she, and so on. So you have the word wish between two subject, two pronoun, and the pronoun is the same. It means here we are talking about something like regretting or wishing something which is maybe, some people say that something which is impossible to happen, or the time has left for this thing to happen. Okay, so this is regarding the past perfect.
إن شاء الله حمد تكون متابعنا وكذا تعرفت على الإجابة وتجهزت لباكر إن شاء الله. زينب السلام عليكم.
الو السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام، شو اخبارك يا زينب؟
الحمد لله بخير.
كيف امورك؟
الحمد لله تمام.
كيف انجليزيتك؟ تمام؟
الحمد لله ماشي الحال.
يلا ان شاء الله. واستاذه فاطمه معك، ومثل ما ذكرت الحوار مع استاذه فاطمه باللغه الانجليزيه. طيب؟
اوكي.
Hi Zainab, how are you?
Hi, good. What about you?
Alhamdulillah, fine. How are you doing so far in the exams?
Good.
Okay, are they easy?
Huh?
Are they easy, or were they easy, the examination that you got?
Yes, some of them.
Okay, I wish you all the best, inshallah.
Thank you.
So what's your question, please?
Actually, I have a few questions about the writing.
Okay.
Yeah. If they give us to write about a city or country, and the informations are given to us in a box, can we add more information from our imagination? But it might be wrong, يعني.
Information in a box?
Yeah, just writing about a city or countries.
Look here, Zainab, I think that your teacher has trained you right in the school on the final examination writing a question.
Yeah.
Do you know that you are not going to have like a box with information?
Oh.
Yes, you are going to have, just look here at the screen, Zainab. You are going to have two writing questions. One of them is this, which is the students, they call it the free writing. Okay, and it is opinion writing actually. This type of question is called opinion writing, where you have to write your opinion on something. And this question, it comes like, do you agree or disagree? Are you with this statement or are you against it? Against the statement itself. So you have to read the statement that you have it here carefully. You have to read the statement. Then after you read the statement, like for example here we have, studying abroad is better than studying at home. Do you agree or not? Do you agree or disagree? Give your reasons. Do you know this type of question, Zainab?
Yeah.
So writing one is going to be this. Writing two is going to be this type. See here? The story. Do you know the story?
Yeah.
Yes, the story which you said, write a story of at least 100 words following on the pictures that you have. So you have like 6 pictures and you have to look at the pictures that you have here so that you can understand what's going on here, what's the story, and then you can build up a story based on the pictures that you have, and you can use the words in the box. If you look at the words in the box, they might be verbs, some of them adjectives, some of them noun. So it depends. Okay? So you can use them to write the story. So only you have 2 writing questions. One of them is a story, one of them is opinion. That's it, nothing else.
Okay, what about the spelling? Do they cut marks if they're spelling mistakes?
A spelling mistake? Depends on the spelling mistakes. How much spelling mistakes do you have?
So how many words, how many marks?
Yeah, we don't actually writing a question, marking the writing question does not go by numbers, Zainab. For example, if a student, like for example, writes the whole writing a question, the all ideas are clear. The sentences are connected to each other. There is cohesion and coherence. The writing format is there. The writing is well organized. We can see introduction, we can see body, we can see conclusion. And let's imagine that the student write 3 spelling mistakes or 4 spelling mistakes. In this case, the student can get the full mark because as whole, the writing itself is correctly. And again here, this depends on the person who is going to mark your writing, because as you know, we have here marking 1 and marking 2 for the writing. So one of them can give you 10, the other one can give you 8, then you will finally get 9 out of 10. Get it, Zainab? Yes.
Yeah.
I guess that your teachers even have told you about. Just don't worry. I want you to focus on the ideas. Try as much as you can to use spelling correctly and spell the word accurately. For example, I will give you advice, Zainab. We know that sometimes you want to write, for example, in the writing, and you want to write the word wonderful. Okay?
Yeah.
And for the word wonderful, we have many synonyms in English, right? Let's imagine that you don't know the spelling of the word wonderful, but you know the spelling of the word nice. The word nice is very easy, right? It has only 4, like 1, 2, 3, 4 letters, right? Try to use easy words that give you the same meaning of the meaning that you want without writing long words that might be wrong with spelling. Okay, Zainab?
Yeah.
So focus on the ideas, focus on the question itself. Try to write about the question. Don't write about something else or far away from the question, because you have to focus on the question. Try to understand what does the statement here. You have to, especially with opinion question, I advise all the students to understand the statement of the writing, because this is very important. Because if you understand the statement of the writing, it means you are writing about the question, not about something else. Because if you are writing about something else or far away of the, question, maybe you will get only 2 or 0. I don't know about the specification this year, but in the past, some of them, they said give the student 0 or give the student only 2, because the student write about something which is far away from the question or not the question. With the spelling, when you finish your writing, go back to the writing and try to check how many spelling mistakes do you know. If you feel that you write, for example, the word wonderful wrong, erase the word like this, and instead of the word wonderful, write the word nice. It is an easy word and it gives you the same meaning. Okay? So try to be smart when you write.
Okay.
Okay.
اوكي زينب. زينب شكرا لك. ناخذ خديجة العبرية، وبعد كذا راح ناخذ ايضا مجموعة استفسارات عبر صفحتنا على الفيسبوك. خديجة السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام، اهلا استاذ.
كيفك يا خديجة؟ شو اخبارك؟
الحمد لله تمام، اخباركم؟
كيف صحتك؟ تمام
الحمد
انت
لله.
هكذا دائما ايجابية.
الرائع.
العفو، بس اقول لك انت دائما ايجابيه، دائما متفائله يعني، وان شاء الله ايضا الامتحانات القادمه تكون هكذا كايجابيتكم كتفاؤلكم. كيفك مع الانجليزي؟
الحمد لله تمام، الامور طيبه.
جميل. الان الحوار مع الاستاذه فاطمه مثل ما اتفقنا باللغه الانجليزيه، تمام؟
اوكي.
وهذه اخر مره اؤكد عليها للطلبه القادمين ان شاء الله، الاتصالات القادمه مباشره حوارنا مع الاستاذه فاطمه باللغه الانجليزيه. تفضلي.
Hi Khadija, how are you?
I'm fine. What about you?
Alhamdulillah, fine. It seems that you are active today.
Yes, I'm
happy.
She is always active.
Yes.
You are happy also, right?
Yes.
Okay. Are you preparing for tomorrow's examination?
Not yet, but I have studied before.
Okay, great. So what's your question, please?
Just I want to ask you, teacher, about the listening. The listening which we are going to write the answers. Sometimes we are going to write the answers in a wrong way. So what about the spelling?
You mean that you
You
write
get
the
me?
answer correctly, but you have spelling mistakes?
No, I want to ask you about the listening which we are going to write the answers.
You mean this one? Here, just look, if you can see.
Okay.
Okay, here is the listening. Do you mean this question, listening number 2?
Yes.
Okay, what about it?
Teacher, sometimes it will be maybe the first time for us to hear the words. So we are not sure about the spelling. So what are we going to do?
You know the answer, right?
Yes, I know the answer, but I'm not sure about the spelling.
Write it as you. So what can I tell you now? I am advising you to write it as you hear it. So if you, for example, or as you know how to spell it, but don't leave it like this empty.
So it will be correct, maybe, okay?
They will look
Or
at
not?
they will look at your answer. If you know the answer, for example, if they said, in what country was this done? Okay? And you know that the answer is Germany. And you go and write the word Germany, but you feel that the spelling is not correct. Okay?
Yes, that's
This
what I asked you about.
Okay, this is a feeling just inside you that the spelling is not correct. But again, you don't know if maybe it is going to be correct. So Khadija, don't leave it empty.
Okay, teacher.
Write it. Yes, I'm advising you and the other students to write. Don't leave the space empty, because the teachers who are marking the question, they look at your answers. So you don't know. Maybe they will say the words Germany is clear, so we will give it 1 mark. It's correct. Okay?
Thank you, teacher.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Okay, welcome. Have a nice
I
day.
hope that the exam will be easy tomorrow.
Inshallah, hopefully. We are all the same. We hope the same for you all.
إن شاء الله. شكرا أستاذ خلفان.
شكرا لك خديجة. شكرا. It is the first exam which is the student will do it tomorrow in this new curriculum for the grade 12.
Yes, there are some only changes in the curriculum. It's the same, but there are some changes in it.
إن شاء الله كذا يكون امتحان موفق. نرجع بعد الفاصل نكمل حلقة اللغة الإنجليزية برنامج درس على الهواء. كونوا معنا.
كلية عمان البحرية الدولية كلية رائدة في السلطنة ودول مجلس التعاون في مجالات الملاحة والهندسة البحرية وتقنيات العمليات التحويلية والعلوم اللوجستية. كلية عمان البحرية الدولية بالشراكة مع مجموعة STC الهولندية خبراء العلوم البحرية واللوجستية.
تحية لكم أيها الأحبة مشاهدي الكرام عبر قناة عمان مباشر. طلبة وطالبات دبلوم التعليم العام نتواصل مادة اللغة الإنجليزية وبرنامج درس على الهواء. تحية متجددة لضيفتي في الاستوديو الأستاذة فاطمة بنت عبد الله البريكية معلمة لغة إنجليزية. أهلا بك مجددا أستاذة فاطمة. ناخذ بعض الأسئلة عبر صفحتنا على الفيسبوك. I forget to publish the post in English. Most of the students they write their answer in Arabic unfortunately. بعض الاستفسارات معلن راح اقراها بالعربي لانها هي هكذا مكتوبة بالعربي. السلام عليكم أنا مرام بس حبيت أعرف الكلمات الخاصة بالفوكابولاري بتكون من الكتاب أو كالعادة من الخارج يعني.
مرام, good evening first of all. Regarding the vocabulary question, as you know, and as we said this many times, for the students, as we advise you, English is a language. By the end, it's not like the other subjects where you just go and memorize a book and you come for the final examination. Well, there is something that you have to put in your mind. If we just divide the questions of the vocabulary question, we have got 10 vocabulary words. So 10 vocabulary words, 8 vocabulary words are going to be from the book. And 2 vocabulary words might be from vocabulary items that you have studied before, whether in grade 10, in grade 11, in grade 9, in grade 8. But it is not going to be something that considered to be like university level. No. Something which is up to your level and comes from previous grades. but most of the vocabulary items, most of the vocabulary questions, like 80% or 90% of the vocabulary questions are going to be from the book, not from outside the book. From previous grades, like 1 words or 2 words, and these 2 words or 1 words are going to be easy. Like for example, we have, when I just displayed the question here for the vocabulary, we have the word dirty. We know that this word means not clean, start with D, I, it has like this number, 5 numbers of letters. So we think that, we assume that a student in grade 12 should know the word dirty. And again, if you just look in the book, you will find the word dirty, but the first time you met the word dirty, maybe in grade 4 or 5 or 6 or 7, again, the words that come in the final examination are the words that are common. We call them common words or common vocabulary items that you hear them from time to time, or from, you take them every grade or all previous grades. And just focus on the vocabulary items that you have here. If you feel that you face a new vocabulary item in the examination, like 1 vocabulary item, 2 vocabulary items, don't panic. It only has half mark. Each one of them only has only half a mark. And if you get the 8 or the 9 vocabulary items correctly, this is great. Well done.
أيضا نفس السؤال كان من الطالبة نداء أشرف. إن شاء الله تكون أيضا متابعة معنا وسمعتي الرد من الأستاذة فاطمة. لولو الدلهمي، السلام عليكم، أريد شرح قاعدة if.
Okay. I want you to go to page 37 if you just are watching us, all of you. So this is the page, this is the rule that she is asking about in page 37. If we just go to the grammar recall, which is called here the first conditional. First of all, I'm going to read it here for you. Then we are going to go together to the screen to see if there is like some details based on it. An if clause with the verb in the present tense used with the main clause with the verb in the future tense is called first conditional clause. It expresses a possible condition and its probable result. So we have got here like 2 phrases. One of them in present simple, the other one is in the future, and they are, or they call it, the first conditional. If we just look here, if you can see, we can see, for example, if you study very hard, then here we have got a comma, you will get a good result. So if you just look here at the phrase, we have got here if, and we have got the first phrase which is in present simple.
أستاذة فاطمة نطلع فاصل، نرجع وبنكمل إن شاء الله الحلقة بعد شوي، خليكم معنا. أهلا بكم مجددا. أستاذة فاطمة بس تكملي.
Okay, so again let's go back again to the rule. We have got here the first conditional, or if, as she calls it, the if rule. If we just got here, we have got here 2 phrases or 2 clauses. One of them in present simple, the other one is in the future. We say, for example, if you study very hard, so here we have this verb in the present simple, which is study. The result or the answer for this one, if you study very hard, you will get a good result. If we make it in the negative, it's going to be as following. If you, for example, don't study very hard, you can say, for example, you will get a bad result or bad mark. And I hope that nobody gets bad result tomorrow in the exam. So let's see here. We have got here if again with the present, and here we have the other clause comes in the future. So be careful with this. In the final examination, maybe the question will be like the following. Maybe they are going to give you like this statement, but they are going to erase the word if, and they are going to put for you a space like this. You will have dash, you study very hard, you will get a good result. You have to know that here we have the first conditional, and the first conditional starts with the word if. Maybe they are going to give you like the same rule, but they delete the word will, and they give it to you like this, dash. If you study very hard, you dash get a good result. So you have to know, I have here infinitive verb or verb to be, or the basic form of the verb, which is get, and I have here the first conditional. It means I have to put here the word will to complete the rule. So this is a very easy rule. If you just go by the book, you will get more and more exercises on it.
إذا بالنسبة للولو الدلهمي إن شاء الله متابعتنا، وأيضا عرفتي الشرح قاعدة إف، وهذا السؤال أيضا تكرر من كذا طالبة. في مريم تسأل بالنسبة للlistening, how many times they will repeat it tomorrow?
3 times.
3 times the same.
Yes, the same.
هنا في طالبين يعني يقول يا أخي نبغى شرح بالعربي عشان نفهم، وواحد يقول شيمة خليها تتكلم عربي ترى ما عرفت شيء. سؤال واحد باكر ويش بتختبروا؟ يعني إذا وصلتوا للإجابة أعتقد أنه أيضا ملاحظتكم إحنا راح نمتحن لغة إنجليزية، فالمفروض أن نمارس اللغة الإنجليزية هذه، وأيضا المفروض أن الحلقة كاملة تكون باللغة الإنجليزية، لكن أيضا عشان نفتح الحوار في بداية الحلقة معاكم أنه باللغة العربية، الحوار مع الأستاذة فاطمة وشرحها أكيد باللغة الإنجليزية. جميل. هنا hello teacher, I am المهند الصوافي, present perfect and present perfect continuous, page 53 in course book.
Okay, مهند, his name?
مهند الصوافي. المهند الصوافي.
Okay, المهند, you can go to the page and you can follow just with me while I'm explaining the rule. Let's see here. We have got here present perfect. If we just look at present perfect, what do we mean by present perfect? Present perfect means that we are talking about an action that happens in a point of the past and has a result now in the present. Okay, this is what we mean by present perfect. Now the form of present perfect is the following. We have got here subject, we have has or have, then we have the past participle, and finally we have the complement of the sentence. It is very important that we focus on the subject here when we choose between has or have. If we have, for example, she, he, it means we are going to use has. If we have they, we, you, I, we are going to use have plus the past participle and the complement of the sentence. So this is what we mean by present perfect. Let's see here through more examples. We can say, for example, I have studied very hard. Okay, for example, here I can write for a long time. So if we just look here, this is the rule of present perfect, have plus the past participle, and look here, I put here the word for. If I have the word for, the word since, the word just, ever, yet, already, any words of these I have in the sentence, it means that here we are talking about perfect and we are talking actually about present perfect. So these are considered like keywords. When they come to the sentence, I immediately know that here we are talking about present perfect. Now let's see present perfect continuous. Present perfect continuous actually is something related to present perfect. We said here, we have got here the present perfect, again it's the same, an action that happens and continues to the present, but there is something relating to the action which is the action continues to happen for a certain period of time, which we have here an action or experience which started in the past and is still continuing, an action which started in the past and has been continuing and now also affects the present. If we have said, for example, our exams have been, for example, we are going to be optimistic, we are going to use the word more easy. Our exams have been getting more easy. If we just look here, we have got here, this is the subject. We have here the word have plus been plus verb with ing. So this is the format of the present perfect continuous. It means we have got here an action and there is a sense of continuing, something happening or continuing now or affecting the present. So this is the thing related to the present perfect continuous. If we just look here again, it's the same with the subject we use. For example, if we just look at the structure, we can say that here we have she, he, it. Then we have here has plus been plus verb with ing plus the complement or the object, or sometimes we have got like I, they, we, you, and here we have been plus verb with ing plus the complement. You have to be careful in the final examination, inshallah, tomorrow, because the question might come like this. I will give you here like a hint. If I say, for example, she, and then we have this, studied very hard, okay? And if I have, for example, like she, then here we have got dash, we have got here has, then we have here like this, and here we have studying very hard. Let's see these two sentences. If I look at the first one, she dash studied very hard. I will ask myself as a student, I say here I have subject, then I have here dash, then I have here past participle, and I have here like the complement of the sentence. I know that we use the past participle with like many types of, for example, tenses in English, like the passive, like for example, the present perfect. So with she, I'm going to put here has. With present perfect continuous, it's going to be like this. She, then we have has or have, like according to the subject I have here, But the most important thing I have to put here, been. She has been studying very hard. The sense of having here has been studying or been studying, being getting, for example, being cooking, okay? This here action, this here we have got here a sense of having like something happening and continuing for a certain period of time. Not just happening, no, continuing. So the difference between the present perfect continuous is the idea that present perfect continuous, we have an action that has been continuing for a certain period of time. And again, be careful with the tense that we have it. We have got here she, he, or it plus has plus the past participle. They, we, I, you have plus past participle plus the complement. But here be careful. In present perfect continuous, we have them like this. So the verb continuing or contains three words: has or have plus been plus the verb with ing, and finally the continuum. Has been studying. They come together. The three. This verb here changes, but they come together, whether has been or have been. Okay? So be careful with this. They are coming like friends together. Has been, then verb with ing, or have been with verb with ing according to the subject. So be careful with this, inshallah, tomorrow for the exam.
إن شاء الله. ناخذ هبة معنا. هبة السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله أستاذ.
كيفك يا هبة، شو أخبارك؟
الحمد لله، كيفك أستاذ؟
تمام، ما شيء باقي خلاص صح؟
الحمد لله أستاذ.
عندك فيزياء؟
الحمد لله أيوه.
عندك فيزياء وعندك مهارات إنجليزي صح؟ ولا؟
نعم، فيزياء ومهارات إنجليزي.
يلا بالتوفيق إن شاء الله. سؤالك الآن أيضا الأستاذة فاطمة راح تعطيك سؤال في البداية، تمام؟ وبعد كذا ممكن تطرحي سؤالك. طيب؟
إن شاء الله.
تفضل أستاذ.
Hi Hiba, how are you?
Hi teacher, fine. How are you?
I'm fine. Let's look here. I'm going to give you like a vocabulary question. Okay?
Okay. Vocab.
What?
I hate vocab.
You hate? I don't know what's happening to the students.
Make the change now.
Yes.
Let her love it.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see. It's very easy. I'm going to choose for you an easy word. Okay?
Okay.
Number 8. Can you see it?
Number 8.
Yes.
Where is
Adjective. Sorry. Noun.
Okay. Location.
Location.
Position.
Excellent. So you are very excellent. Why you don't like it? It's you are very excellent in vocabulary.
I don't know, but you know, just a feeling.
No, just I mean, let this feeling go far away from you, and try to be a friend to the vocabulary items in English.
And I think it is very important because we are building the language.
Yes,
when we are
it's
building
fun. English is fun and learning new words. Do you feel happy when you learn a new word in English?
Yeah, I feel happy, but you know.
No, just be a friend. No, forget about the exam and just be a friend for the vocabulary items and for the English words. You will love them by time through using them in your life. When you go out, when you, for example, go to the hospital, when you go to shopping, you will need these words, right?
Yes,
and when they use the social media now, all in the social media or what we are using are in the English, and it's need a lot of vocab we know.
Yeah, you are right.
Okay, Hiba, you are excellent. So just let this feeling go far away from you. What's your question now?
I have a question in one of the previous exams.
Okay.
It is in 2012-2013.
Okay.
The first season. It is in grammar 2, number 9.
Okay, just say the question.
Okay, it is I have never actually met her, full stop, dash is she like. Oh, she is a very nice person. I know the answer, it is what, but when I first, answer it, I wrote how. I don't know, but when I see the model of answer, it was what. Why did we say that it is what and it is not how?
Okay, can you read it? Can you read it for me with how?
With how?
Yes.
I have never actually met her, how's she like? Oh, she's a very nice person.
Does it make sense when you read it?
I don't know. Also, my teacher told me the same. I think
Yes.
they are the
It doesn't
same.
make
There's no
sense when
difference.
you read it, actually, when you put the word how. It doesn't make sense when you just hear it or read it at yourself.
Right.
But when you use the appropriate word, which is what, it actually makes sense. And you know, Hiba, there is something in English, we call it word collocation. Do you know the word collocation?
Yeah.
Collocation means that some words, they come with some words together. Like,
Yeah.
for example, in this space, it is, if you put the word how, actually how here has a different meaning. And when you put it here, you feel that there is something wrong when you hear it. And even when you read it. But when you put the accurate word or the appropriate word, which is what, you feel that you just, what you are reading or what you are listening to is making sense. Now, when are you going to know this? By reading more in English and listening more to English. Do you know, Hiba? If you read more in English or if you listen a lot to English generally, like in the TV, like for example social media, whatever, you will be able to find out that some words you can put them in this suitable place and not in another suitable place. And even with the meaning of the word what and how, there is a difference between them when you put them here in this context.
Yeah, big difference. But I don't know. I feel that it is suitable also.
I don't know, Hiba, but you are, you depend on feeling a lot. You depend on your feelings a lot, I feel. This is what I feel now.
No, but, you know, however, I got it.
Okay, inshallah, you will, when you just have a similar question in the final examination tomorrow,
I'm going to answer
just,
it, inshallah.
yes, just focus on it. Let the bad feelings that you have go far away from the exam paper and focus on the question so that you can get the accurate answer.
إن شاء الله.
تمام يا
Also
هبة؟
have تمام أستاذ، عندي سؤال ثاني لو سمحت.
بسرعة بس تعطينا إياه. تفضلي.
طيب. Teacher, also in the reading, sometimes they ask us about the writer's feeling. You know, when you read the article or the text, the writer have a positive opinion about the subject, but at the end he say we shall see or something like that. When you come to answer the question, which is multiple choices, you know, you are going to be, you don't know what to put, what to choose. So how can I answer such as questions?
These are actually called tricky questions.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, tricky questions, actually we have them in grade 11. If you heard about the examination in grade 11, there are many tricky questions actually in reading, but it is not difficult to answer tricky question. All it needs from you is that you have to focus and you have to see the final image of the, for example, of the reading of the writer point of view, and then you will be able to put the or to choose the accurate answer. Get it, Hiba?
So it depends on the final image.
Yes, yes, on the final image. How do you feel from the writer? What does the writer say? Read between, even you sometimes you will need to read between the lines to find out.
Okay.
If we just hear, and I want to point out this for you and for other students as well. I said it for the listening, and it may come. Actually, it came in the reading a lot. Sometimes in the reading text, sometimes they mention a question about the time, like when, or how many, or how long, okay? In the reading text, what they write there in the reading text, like for example, they write like, for example, 8 days, or sometimes they write 14 days, okay? When they come to the question, they don't mention the days. They write for you 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Can you get it? So in the reading text, it says 7 days. So 7 days mean 1 week.
1 week.
14 days means 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yes, so this is again one of the question. We have it in grade 11. You may have it, inshallah, in grade 12. All the students, if you are listening, if you are watching me now, just focus on this. Don't say the question is out of the exam. No, it is from the exam and from the reading text itself, the answer. But you need to focus. If the writer of the exam is smart, try to be smarter than that writer.
اوكي هبه.
طيب استاذ شكرا
شكرا لك،
جزاكم الله
شكرا،
خير.
موفقه ان شاء الله. ناخذ سؤال ايضا عبر صفحه الفيسبوك من نوره. When we use since and to.
Since and to or since and for?
No, since and for, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, since and for.
As I explained here, we use the word since and for to talk about the present perfect or sometimes present perfect continuous. Let's see here. We use the word since with year or dates. Like, for example, if I say 2000, so we say since 2000, or for example, 1990, it's like this. And also we use it for if I have, for example, an event, like if I say since I was a child. So this considered to be like an event. Or since my sister's wedding. Okay? So, or my party, whatever. So here we use the word since. Another usage for the word since is that I use it like, for example, since 2 o'clock. Okay, so here we have like exact time. Or I can say, for example, since Monday. Okay, let's now move for the word for. We use the word for to talk about a duration of time. Like, for example, first of all, we are going to have for a long time. For 2 years. For 2 months. For 2 hours. Okay? For 2 years, for 2 months, for 2 hours, for a long time. We can also have for ages. Okay? For a century. When I have a duration of time, it means for. When I have a specific time, like for example, there is a difference between for 2 hours is different from since 2 o'clock. Since 2 o'clock means if I go to my watch, I will find it since 2 o'clock. Okay? If I say, for example, for 2 hours, it means the duration of time is 2 hours. So 2 hours is different time from 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock we use since. 2 hours we use for, and so on. Okay? So just be careful on this while you are studying.
Last question, we will also take it by the Facebook. لو سمحت أستاذي أريد شرح before and after.
Before and after. I think that he means here the past perfect. Before and after, anyway, they come for us to like indication for the time. We use them to arrange the time event. If I have, for example, 2 events in one sentence, the word before means that something that happening at first. The word after, it means that happening at second or then. This is the difference between them.
So give any advice for the students what to do this night before the exam, what they focus in when they are studying.
My first advice for the student, don't play today. Don't say that English examination is just an examination that doesn't want from us studying or learning. No, it demands you to study and to learn. I guess that when I ask Hiba about the word position, Hiba could answer the word position because she studied the book, because I took the word position from the course book. If Hiba didn't study the course book, she will not be able to find out the word position, which is from the book. So let's all of us agree on a fact, which is English examination is just like any other subject. It needs from you studying, practicing, and learning. As much as you practice on questions at home today as much as you are going to be able to answer for the examination tomorrow. If you practice today, you will not feel tomorrow that you are having something strange, especially the reading question. Please, the reading question has 25 marks. 25 marks can make a difference in your total mark for the English language. So please go and practice reading, grammar and vocab question, practice listening at home today. Try to go to Zawiyati, take any one of the question of the examination of previous year and try to practice it, because if you practice it today, tomorrow you will have like a comfortable atmosphere because you have something you have already. And I will ask you a question by the end. If there is a person who don't know how to swim, will be he able to swimming? Swimming is a skill, just English language is also a skill. Both of them, they need practice. If you practice more, you will not sink tomorrow, inshallah.
إن شاء الله. احنا وصلنا لنهاية حلقة اليوم من برنامج درس على الهواء، خصصناها لمادة اللغة الإنجليزية. شكرا لك أستاذة فاطمة بنت عبد الله البريكية، معلمة اللغة الإنجليزية. شكرا لك.
شكرا جزيلا.
أيضا الطلبة والطالبات أشكر لكم متابعتكم، أتمنى لكم التوفيق إن شاء الله. يعني عطفا على اللي قالته الأستاذة فاطمة، ما نلعب، ما حد يقول أنه اللغة الإنجليزية ما تتذاكر، لا هي تتذاكر، وفي أكثر من طريقة ممكن نذاكر فيها مادة اللغة الإنجليزية اللي راح نأدي امتحانها يوم الغد إن شاء الله. أتمنى لكم كل التوفيق، أداء امتحانات موفقة في امتحان الغد، امتحان الفيزياء، وامتحان أيضا مادة اللغة الإنجليزية المهارات. نلتقيكم إن شاء الله في حلقات قادمة. هذه تحياتي، تحيات فريق العمل، تحيات مخرج البرنامج الزميل ناصر شكيلي. إلى اللقاء.